All right, y'all. So yesterday was Friday, and at about 3:45 yesterday afternoon, I came into the kitchen and I looked up, and I probably should have had a picture of it, but I don't. And I saw there was a leak in the ceiling. So, cue the boys, because this is boy work, right? All right, handing over to you, Papa. Get it up. And apologies for the dogs. They like to make noise. They're not quiet. Not quiet at all.
Yeah, so after a few moments of panic and frustration, we got to work cutting out the ceiling here.
Isn't it a beautiful cut?
Which is...
We did such a nice little 12 by 12 ceiling
Yeah, it's
tile.
more than 12 by 12. Start off as 12 by 12, but then I needed a little bit more space. But yeah, that cutting out the ceiling and identifying where it was. It turned out it was a pinpoint little hole in the section there, and from the looks of the drywall that we had cut out, it had been, dripping on there for a little while, and so once we got that cut out, identified what the problem was, Terry got to work pulling up YouTube videos on how to fix it.
Yeah, because last time we had to call a plumber.
Yeah, and I wasn't about to do that because
the last time we called the plumber was for a quote-unquote leaking tub, right? One of the boys was in the tub, and the plumber came out. This is the plumber that we had used historically, right?
But yeah,
we actually used that plumber when the ceiling broke through from the first time we took a shower in our own bathroom. And that was a couple $100, right? Yeah. Because I guess the tub hadn't been used. Was that where that is right there? Or is that the...
Yep, that's the drain from our tub right there.
Right there. So that had to be fixed. So the ceiling has been through it before. And so we pulled up YouTube videos and got to work. We did have to go over to the home improvement store, over to Lowe's. Anyhow, we went over to Lowe's and there were a couple things we had to buy. We had to buy some. Yeah. And I can link the video that we used to give the guy credit.
It was about $115 all in, but of that, $45, $50 of that was reusable pieces, like the cutters and.
So if we had called the plumber, how much do you think this would have cost? Because about a year or two ago, we called a plumber to come out.
It was $500 to replace a gasket.
How much was the gasket? Did we figure this out?
$5.
A $5 gasket. So they came out, and that it was Horizon, and I think that they've been purchased by private equity, so they're max profit, right? Not reasonable profit. Reasonable profit is cost times 3, so it's fine. So they taught us to go find a way to do our own work, right? So how much was it, and time and cost?
So it was about $115 in materials. Like I said, some of that is tools that we'll be able to use. God forbid we have any future plumbing issues.
And these were shark bites?
And we used shark bites, so there was no welding or clamping to be needing.
Or soldering, right? Because the first video I pulled up where they said soldering, make sure you have a fire extinguisher and a fire extinguishing cloth. I was like, oh no, we're not doing this.
Because Terry's always afraid that no matter what I do, the house is going to get burnt down.
The wood stove is a point of contention. I love wood heat, so. Okay, so tell people, because you had said to me yesterday, you stood in this kitchen all hot and bothered that you didn't want to do this project because you were afraid of plumbing.
Plumbing is something that scares me generally, because if I mess it up, then it just makes the project worse.
Yeah, and you didn't mess it up.
I've
And we have full faith and confidence. I have the power of the almighty dollar behind you, right?
Simple tasks as replacing the kitchen faucet turned into I had to replace the entire plumbing system under the...
But it was old. It was like 30,
but
this house is 30 years old.
So
these are things that are going to happen. So the project, this week's project is repairing this drywall patch. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see in the video, we never painted over the ceiling the last time. So we have to get to work on that. And I actually do think I want to take these down because I found a chickier set. So anyhow, all right. So time was about.
It was 10 minutes to 4. I know because I was still working on getting a project out the door for work. It was 10 minutes to 4 when I heard what the heck is this in the kitchen. So then by the time we got it identified and
Over to Lowe's. Stopped at Aldi to get some take and bake pizza to bring home for dinner.
Since I wasn't gonna have time to make from scratch last night.
Yeah. And then got this taken care
It
of.
was all said and done by 6:15, 6:30.
2.5 hours.
Yeah, the actual work up in the ceiling only took about a half hour tops.
Awesome. And then probably saved a ton of money. I mean, replacing a faucet, a gasket upstairs cost me a couple $100.
Right.
So this probably would have cost me close to $1,000. So Tim will be sending me an invoice for $800 for the Tim fund, and I'll say, here's $400.
He's worth a new tattoo.
Oh gosh. Leviticus says that you shouldn't tattoo your body. I'm just saying. All right, that's it. So anything else?
Nope.
All right.
Have a good day.
So lesson learned. It's worthwhile to learn how to do your own stuff.
Try it yourself.
Electrical, I would be afraid of. You've zapped yourself electrically speaking.
I have no problem doing electrical.
Oh my gosh. All right. Have a good day, guys. Bye.